In the town of East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, is one of my favorite costume stores I've ever seen in my life, if not the. This place always has everything I'd want from a costume store, plus endless more. And this store just so happens to be owned and operated by the son of a legend.
I'm Bill Frazetta, and I'm the owner of Frazetta's Costumes in East Stroudsburg, PA. My father was Frank Frazetta, very well known for the Conan paperback book covers in the 60s, Molly Hatchet album covers, and a lot of other movie posters and just fine fantasy art.
As a kid, what was it like to watch your father paint?
Well, I'll tell you, even at the age of 3-4 years old, it was just fascinating, watching him start something from start to finish, and, just seeing his art on the walls was just, I knew he was a genius.
Your family got to meet a lot of actors and filmmakers. Can you share a few memories of that?
Yeah, actually, it was like around 1977. I met Clint Eastwood, who came to our house, Sylvester Stallone, George Lucas, producer of Star Wars, and it was a great childhood life growing up seeing these incredible people come to our home. If I had to pick a favorite, Clint Eastwood was my favorite.
Why?
I don't know, he was just so humble and very much, I just saw the connection with my father and him, which kind of made it kind of really neat to see, the two of them. And then he brought Sandra Locke, who he later married, who was in some of his movies, and she was a sweetheart, so I definitely enjoyed the moments with them.
Was there a connection to growing up as Frank Frazetta's son and opening a costume store?
Well, growing up, being around his art, I think inspired me to probably get into something that's kind of related to that, style-wise. But I also loved Halloween parties were like my favorite thing to go to. Just seeing people have an amazing time dressing up in costumes and being somebody that they enjoyed in the movie industry. And I felt there was also a need for it in my area. It was kind of nice to do something different compared to where other people do the same thing, So it's been a great 36 years.
Please tell me about when this store first opened.
I actually, believe it or not, opened in '81. And I did not start it as a costume business. I started it really with selling reproductions of my dad's art and beer signs and mirrors and just odd stuff. And then after about 6 months, I realized I needed to add something to it. And that's when the costume business crossed my mind, and that's when I got that going, which was in '82.
What else does the store sell besides costumes?
Well, I'm doing a lot of marketing now with my dad's work, so we're putting a lot of that in here right now with the prints, t-shirts, canvas prints, magnets, books, coasters, you name it. But also, besides just for the Halloween season, we carry a lot of collectible items now and novelties, gags, magic, a little of everything. That's something that is just, that you can't really find anywhere else.
Halloween only comes once a year. How do you keep the store going all year round?
Well, yeah, Halloween's definitely the big time. But, we do a lot for Christmas, Santa suits and Mrs. Claus, elves, you name it. But there's always a lot of plays going on. There's always people doing low-budget films that come in here. There's a little of everything. People always ask me that question, how do you survive the rest of the season? But there's always somebody coming up with an idea that needs something from my store. Also, we do an enormous amount of birthday parties. Almost every weekend is a birthday party that goes on where we rent out a lot of mascots for kids' parties and what have you.
There's also a Frazetta Museum not too far from here. Please tell me a little about that.
The museum is located in Marshall's Creek, which is about 10 minutes from here. It's run by Frank Frazetta Jr. Okay, it's pretty much his collection of the Frazetta original art, which is about 25 oil paintings and then a lot of articles on my dad. So, but it's definitely still worth seeing. And then, of course, we're right in East Stroudsburg, and so both places you want to see when you come to the Poconos.
Do independent horror filmmakers ever shop here?
I've had different people that are doing low-budget films and so on. I mean, I haven't had any big names, come in here. But yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think with any place that's got a lot of neat things to offer, it's kind of a place where they'll get inspired when they come here, and they get a little more creative when they see what I have to offer, because I'm very picky on what I get as far as whether it's prosthetics, makeup, blood, whatever it is. They definitely can take advantage of getting some more ideas by coming here, no doubt.
What are 3 of your favorite movies ever, and why?
Well, I mean, some of my favorites, of course, are the Universal movies. The old Frankenstein. King Kong was one of my favorites. That was one of my dad's favorites too. If I had to get beyond that, probably in the 70s, the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I loved. And wasn't crazy about the second or third, but I liked the remake in the 90s. The Exorcist was probably the scariest film I ever saw, and I don't like to watch that. It's when it involves being in the bedroom. We got to sleep in our bed at night, so I don't really like watching that too much. But and as far as like the newer stuff today with special effects, I'm not crazy so much about the special effects. I like the older stuff because it's just, to me, it's more realistic, and all the special effects is just kind of going a little overboard, I feel. I prefer the older stuff.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, for anyone that hasn't been to my store, it's a must-see place. I get repeat business all the time from people from all over the country that once they come to the Poconos, they always stop here. And people from other parts of the world that have come in and can't get over how incredible the place is. So yeah, if you're in the area, take a trip and come see me. Otherwise, go to FrazettaCostumes.com and you can check out the website. I have like about a 12-minute interview, kind of showing you around the store, and you'll enjoy seeing that too. And also, I do have another website, Frazetta Prints for You. So if you're interested in any of my dad's prints or books, shirts, whatever, go to Frazetta Prints for You, and you can purchase anything on that site.
Okay, Bill, I thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. You mentioned your websites, and I'll also post the store's address and phone number for any viewers who might like to contact the store that way. And for any viewers who enjoyed this video and would like to see more of my videos, please feel free to hit subscribe. I would love to have you. Thank you.